This is USVI News, your Virgin Islands connection.
Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us for USVI News. I'm Emily Matson. We begin with breaking news as Queen Elizabeth II has died at the age of 96. Buckingham Palace issued a statement saying the Queen died peacefully at Balmoral, her residence in Scotland. Ian Lee looks back at her life.
Even into her 90s, Queen Elizabeth II kept up her royal duties. She became the longest reigning monarch in British history in 2015.
Inevitably, a long life can pass by many milestones. My own is no exception.
Elizabeth Alexandra Mary Windsor was not in line to be queen, but in 1936, the 10-year-old princess nicknamed Lilibet was put on the fast track after her uncle, King Edward VIII, abdicated to marry an American divorcee. Elizabeth's father became King George VI, and Elizabeth became first in line. As her country fought World War II, the young royal was thrust into another spotlight. She made her first radio broadcast to her country in 1940, a message of encouragement to children forced to leave their homes to escape the dangers of war.
And when peace comes, remember, it will be for us, the children of today, to make the world of tomorrow a better and happier place.
After World War II in 1947, Elizabeth gave England something to celebrate. She married Philip Mountbatten, a member of the Greek royal family. The following year, the first of their 4 children was born, Charles, the next Prince of Wales. Her father, King George, died in 1952. At 25 years old, Elizabeth became queen. Millions watched the first ever televised crowning of a British monarch. Queen Elizabeth worked with more than a dozen British prime ministers, beginning with Winston Churchill, and was head of state in 15 other Commonwealth countries. A series of royal dramas marked her reign. Her son Andrew's high-profile marriage to Sarah Ferguson failed. And in 1992, her oldest son, Charles, separated from Princess Diana. That same year, the Queen watched part of Windsor Castle go up in flames, destroying millions in art and furniture.
1992 is not a year on which I shall look back with undiluted pleasure.
In 1997, a car crash in Paris killed Princess Diana, stunning the world. Many criticized the Queen for not showing emotion. More than a decade later, the Queen celebrated a royal wedding as her grandson, Prince William, married Kate Middleton. The couple gave the Queen 3 heirs to the throne. Her Majesty marked 60 years on the throne in 2012 when 1,000 ships sailed the River Thames to honor her. And in 2016, Queen Elizabeth celebrated her 90th birthday. Thousands packed the streets of Windsor to catch a glimpse of the only monarch most had ever known. The Queen watched another tiny royal join the family after her youngest grandson, Prince Harry, married Meghan Markle. Just a few years later, the Queen lost her husband of 73 years. She called the death of Prince Philip a huge void in her life, but she carried on. And at 96 years old, celebrated her Platinum Jubilee. The week of fanfare and festivities marked the Queen's 70 years on the British throne.
Wow, what a life and legacy she is leaving behind. The Queen's successor, of course, is Charles, her oldest son. The palace says the King and Queen will remain at Balmoral Thursday evening and will return to London on Friday. 2 brothers from St. Thomas turned themselves into police for an assault last month in Thomasville. 22-year-old Amari Warner and 20-year-old Maleem Warner are charged with assault. The charges stem from an initial shots fired call back on July 7th around 4:15 in the afternoon. Police arrived and say several citizens told officers there was an altercation among a group of people. One victim said he was assaulted by several individuals, all whom had left the scene before police arrived. Police eventually, through their investigation, identified the alleged suspects as the Warner brothers. So they put up a wanted poster out this week, back on Monday, and police say on Wednesday their mother brought the 2 into the police station to turn themselves in. A minor is also charged in this assault case, and the investigation's ongoing. If you have any information, you're asked to call police or Crime Stoppers VI. Now to an update on a story we brought you earlier this week about a Pennsylvania woman killed in a shark attack while on a cruise in the Bahamas. Her name, 58-year-old Carolyn DePlacido, a beloved member of her community in the city of Erie, Pennsylvania. While snorkeling with her family in Green Key off Nassau, DePlacido was attacked and fatally wounded by a bull shark. According to an international database, there were 137 shark incidents last year. 73 were unprovoked. Experts are surprised it happened in a popular snorkeling spot, but they say sharks can mistake swimmers or surfers for food. While police in the Bahamas say DePlacido suffered bites in her upper extremities and was never revived.
When you're on the surface, particularly if you're wearing black or splashing around, you could be perceived as a fish in distress or even a seal. And sharks are programmed to eat seals.
EMS personnel responded and they confirmed no vital signs of life.
Bull sharks thrive in fresh water and they're coming further inland than ever before. The majority of shark attacks in the Caribbean have taken place in the Bahamas, with 2 others reported in 2019, one being fatal. And as our USVI News' Mike Ruzzi reports, the Bahamas has a variety of shark species, and the majority do not pay attention to people.
An attack by a bull shark can happen in shallow water, and they are known to attack anything or anybody nearby.
Whenever they're stimulated to hunt or attack, they will. So again, sort of thrashing movement of the water. And if you've ever been with people who are snorkeling, oftentimes their feet are out of the water and it's being slapped around. So there's a lot of vibrational, there's a lot of sort of movement and action, which can be very confusing to a shark.
Carly Jackson, the Director of Communications for Minorities in Shark Science, and she's had a number of up-close experiences with bull sharks.
Unfortunately, sharks don't have hands like we do, so we as humans, we use our hands to feel around to see what something is, but sharks have all those senses in their face. So like in their nose, especially in their mouth, those are just like sensory organs for them, and they have to figure out what something is by biting it. And that is very unfortunate for us because, you know, we're alien to them, and a bigger shark is definitely going to be more curious and try and figure out what something is, and that's why you usually don't hear of people getting consumed by sharks. They're just, you know, quote-unquote attacked.
And the International Shark Attack File lists the bull shark with the 3rd highest number of unprovoked attacks. Bull sharks grow in length to 11.5 feet. Active COVID-19 cases remain steady in the USVI. There are currently 206 active cases territory-wide, with 120 currently on St. Croix, 85 active cases on St. Thomas, and still just 1 case on St. John. The Virgin Islands Department of Health, as we've been reporting, now have hundreds of updated vaccines, which are targeting the Omicron variants, and those are available for eligible people for a booster shot. And as many as 23 million Americans have developed what's known as long COVID. According to federal estimates, symptoms of the disease can persist for weeks, months, even years. So here's more on an experimental treatment for long COVID that uses a video game to improve symptoms of brain fog.
For those struggling with long COVID, the symptoms can take a heavy toll.
I almost feel like long COVID has taken my life away, and I want it back.
Right now, it's unclear why some get long COVID while others do not. Symptoms vary but can include fatigue, heart and respiratory problems like shortness of breath, joint and muscle pain, and neurological issues, including what's known as brain fog.
I feel like there's a virus in my brain. And it's changing. It's changing things in my brain because I can't think, I can't remember.
Often people are complaining of memory problems, and when you dig in, you find out the deficits are in attention.
Psychologist James Jackson says the inability to pay attention is the underlying issue for brain fog, so he decided to test an experimental treatment. His patients play a video game.
When we opened the door to this research, when we invited patients to participate, there was a stampede.
There's even a dose prescribed, 25 minutes a day, 5 days a week for 8 weeks. And Jackson says his long COVID patients are finding it helpful.
Is it going to translate into you being able to do your taxes? Are you going to be able to be organized? Are you going to be able to be driving? And when you stop the game, do all those benefits stop? And we'll see at the end of the day if this works or not. If it does, I think it opens the door to a lot of possibilities.
Interesting treatment for sure. So, does your rescue pet have what it takes to be a cover model? That's what the St. Thomas Humane Society wants to know. They're now accepting submissions for its 2023 Cutest Rescue Pet Calendar Contest. It's the 4th year for the contest, which is also a fundraiser. So you can enter a photo of your rescue pet and a short description, then share it with family and friends to donate to your pet's fundraiser. Every dollar counts as a vote. Entry fee is $10 per pet entry photo, and you can enter as many pets as you would like. They didn't have to be adopted from the St. Thomas Humane Society, and you have until October 15th to enter. For all the rules and to submit your cutest rescue pet photo, you can visit the Humane Society's website to enter as well, hsstt.com, and just look for the links to enter the contest. Good luck. I'm sure there are a lot of adorable dogs out there and cats.